So whenever I touch this, our point of interest, that fair value gap, and also order block, bullish order block, we can see that reading the momentum, it has gone way below our previous low here. Let me show you. This low it is the same thing with this low right here. So that low all the way to where we are right now, you can see it is more like the momentum is exhausted. That is the first thing about divergence, right? What does this mean? A lot of people will see this and then they say, okay, it is sure it's going to buy. And something happens, price comes down. They be like, no, divergence does not work. Calm down. That is not how it works. Okay. While you are looking at price in your discount on your point of interest, we would love to see it, or I love to see it give a quick reaction or rejection, which it has done here. Because if you look at it, this black candle, then look at that blue engulfing candle, then goes up, then comes down, seems to respect this little proportion block right there. Now, price is sitting on that proportion block right there. If I take a buy here, I'm going to be setting my stop loss just right there, not even here, because I would not really expect it, except there is a high impact news or something that is going to disrupt it. I wouldn't expect it to come all the way back down again. I would just expect it to just respect itself and start moving up. Now, the problem with this method is a lot of people only focus on one side. And in the last video, I explained that when you're looking at divergence, you must look at the two sides. Don't just look at the left. You must also look at the right. The same way a lot of people also look at their price action and they only look at what is on the far left. It is wrong. As you're looking at what is happening on your far left, you also want to look at what is happening on your right, which is what I've done here. I've looked at my left. I've seen this fair value gap. I've also looked to the right. What is price doing right now with respect to where it went to, our point of interest? This is the point of interest, 1. This is to the left, 2, and this is to the right, where it is right now. It is on top of a proportion block, like I said. That is what is happening right now to the right. Then if I take a buy here and they take me out, I will have zero emotion. I will have no regret. I'm not going to feel a thing because I know that everything ticked in my box. Like I followed everything to the best of my capacity. But if price comes here and on this black candle, or maybe even here, I take a buy because of rejection. So when you see when the candle rejects, you buy because of candlestick that you read, the price just kept dropping. No, that's not the truth. So the next thing we want to see is that, or the second thing I want to mention to you guys that you must never mistake, that even ICT himself explained. In fact, he was the first person to open my eyes to this. It is the fact that while price fall is in your point of interest, and while it is also giving you some kind of divergence on your point of interest, don't also ignore what is happening on the right, just like I have said. Because price can be here. Please listen to this. It can be here, way inside discount, giving us this hidden bullish divergence. And at the same time, while it is inside here, it starts consolidating. And it may even start going up a little bit. And while doing that, you will see these momentums rising quickly, rising quickly. Sometimes while price is inside your point of interest, it will already have gravitated, the momentum would have built up back to the point where it will just continue dropping. And that's why I say you have to be careful. This is very technical. It takes, like, if you can understand this, you are good for life. Now, I repeat myself. I've never explained it before. This is the first time. While price is in your point of interest and you're hoping that it goes up, while it is trying to do it, you must be careful. While it is trying to go up, it must not be faster. The momentum must not be faster than the price. The price is moving very slow with small, small candles, but your momentum is moving so fast, like it is rising very quickly. It is not, it doesn't seem to be in the same correlation. Then you should be careful. That kind of market, they will just eventually tank back down. The same amount of time it will take this thing to gravitate all the way to this high. It's the same amount of time you should take it, maybe not perfectly, but it should be around the same. It shouldn't be that even as prices still on your point of interest, this has already gravitated back all the way back up. And trust me, one candle will just come and fly down and take out the trade. Okay, those are the two guiding principles, and I'll mention them for the last time. The first one, look at your divergence, right? Look at your price action. Make sure everything is perfect. Make sure you wait for point of interest. Make sure you are accurate. You are accurate in your analysis. Okay. The first thing also, or part of the first thing you must also consider is you must look to your left and also look to your right. Don't just look to your left. A lot of people just only look to the left and say, okay, there's a fair value there. They take their trade boom and their price goes a little bit and then fly back down. Now, what I just said, I'm going to go back in time and try to figure out a situation where that exact thing happened. I can see it, all over this particular place, but I want the one that will be very, very obvious. Very obvious. Okay, let me use this old chart as a typical example. Now, if we look at this, now this one is not that 100% obvious. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is very, very good. Now, let's look at what price did. Look at this high here. A lot of people might look at this and they will say, okay, they want to buy, they want to buy here. Okay, they want to take profits on that retracement. They want to buy the retracement to this gap. Put their stop somewhere around here, like that. And indeed, price started going up gradually. But one thing I want you to see here is that at that point of entry, that point of entry, the momentum was already very high compared to what price was doing. Compared to what, okay, let me put a vertical line. This is quite difficult to explain to be sincere, but if you can just understand it, you will always be able to use it to guide you not to make wrong decisions, wrong trade entries most of the time. Okay, so look at your entry and look at what the momentum was even already high. And usually when I see stuff like this, I would automatically know that eventually price will just crash at any moment. And what do I mean by crash? Look at this candle, this black one. That is the candle I'm talking about. This black one. It came in and just crashed down. Because why do you think it crashed down? Because the momentum was already too high. See, it's a battle between price momentum. Maybe you should just go and do a personal research on what price momentum means. It is the fuel. Let me put it that way. It is the fuel that is inside your car that is driving the candles up and down. A lot of people they trade it the retail way by saying when it is at 80, you say when it is at no, that is not how to trade. That's rubbish because it can be at 80 and just remain there. And while it remains there, price is just still going up. That's not what I'm teaching. What I'm teaching is just to use it to gauge your entries. That this retracement I want to buy. After I've taken this trade now, you're not only looking at the candles, you're at the same time looking at what the momentum is doing. Is it moving, in correlation with what your candles are doing? If it is moving too fast, it is not good. If it is moving slower, it is very, very good. So at this point, this became a hidden divergence. Why? Because if I'm going to mark out a point of interest, a dealing range, I'm going to mark this high that I took first entry there, and then the second one. So between this high and this low, we had a deep retracement. And when price got to the peak and gave this rejection candle there, what was the momentum reading? See how high the momentum was. Let me bring out the hidden divergence. So at that swing high, look at where it was. Look at where it was on your stochastic. So you can see it had already climbed so high. Then so a lot of people would send me a message. Let me clean on this chart. And then they will ask me, this move here, this one, is it a break of market structure of this high? So they want to buy. No. Number one, break of market structure is usually not tiny, tiny candles. It's usually just maybe one big candle. It's usually impulsive candles. I don't like to see tiny candles breaking structure. I like to see just one big candle that shows me that rush, that inflow of momentum, maybe New York Open or whatever. Okay, let's find another example. Is gold, so Bitcoin. So it can be very, 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 very how would I put that in English? The price action can be very, very bad. So, but you can still read it. That's a fact. You can always read any market. Now look at this. I think I was looking at this last week. And I said that I was looking at these two things here. Fair value gap, bullish order block. Those are the two popular things in ICT, right? Fair value gap and order block. And usually they are just side by side. So I was looking at those two, and at the same time, I wanted price to come inside. Once price came inside those two, the fair value gap and the order block, the next thing you want to do is to read your momentum. How do you read your momentum? Pick your range from this low all the way to where your retracement has happened, and at the same time, look at the same exact spots on your momentum and then mark it out. Boom. From there to where price is. Boom. Now, when you see stuff like this, it will be very, very unwise to be selling this kind of area. Very, very unwise. Because I can tell you guys, a lot of you or a lot of people would see this kind of situation and they will just send you something like this. They will say, okay, this is a break of structure, this low, this is also a break of structure, and they are looking to sell inside that, whatever. You can always find market structure in the wrong direction. I've done it. In fact, a whole year when I was not yet profitable, that was exactly what I was doing. I used to always get market structure, but in the wrong direction. Before I started even using divergence at all, I was using all this candlestick Bible stuff and stuff like that. Doji, double top. We all started that way though. I might look at this and say, okay, this is one head, this is shoulder, this is head, and this is shoulder. I want to sell. Boom. Stupid way to trade. Okay, you have to trade with understanding, and you have to also trade with they call it with narrative, a clear narrative. What is a narrative? A narrative is just saying what is the market saying, or what is the story. Narrative from the word narrate. What is the story behind whatever market you are trading as at that particular day or that particular week? What is the narrative for that week? What is the narrative for that day? You must understand, you must be able to tell a story. If you want to take a trade and you can't tell the story of the structure you're looking at, then trust me, even if it goes well, it will be big luck. And this market does not, it doesn't reward luck. It is not something you do and you get lucky. If you get lucky, maybe once in 10 times. If you do it wrong, it will discipline you very, very well. And if you do it right, you are going to, you know, thank yourself that you did it right. So I've given you guys some codes, some things I like to use myself. If I want to look for a break of market structure, I want it to be this low. That's to break. That's to come big and destroy this range. Not just some internal market structure, but this external one. It has to destroy it. Then I will not start looking for shift. But market has been moving up like that, and then see, you see all these kind of long candles, this black one. Eh? I like to see them when they fly like that into my point of interest. You know why? Because it usually means there's an inflow of momentum into the market. And when there's an inflow of momentum into the market, it can be news, it can be session, it can be anything. It can even be nothing, to be sincere. Sometimes you get fast movement and there's no reason behind it. You can't find any news, you can't find anything. It's just the market doing its thing. When I see stuff like this, I'm usually happy because I know that now we are going to move. I remember when I used to love to trade US 30. I traded US 30 for like a whole year and I didn't even trade anything else. That was how I was trading it. 2 p.m. every day, Nigeria time. 2 p.m. every single day. I won't even look at my chart until 2 p.m. Once it is 2 p.m., between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., there's just usually this wrong force movement in the wrong direction. Something like this. And once they are done, they will give you a nice reversal and a nice retracement. I take my trade. Easiest money ever. Somehow I no longer trade it because their price action is not satisfying. That's just my own opinion. Now I trade the JPY. Next year I might not be trading JPY. I might have found something else that is more satisfying. All right, so back to what the BTC is doing now. You can see now it still kind of wants to keep dropping. So if I'm going to buy this based on what we have here, at what point will I buy? It is simple. All I have to do is wait. This has not yet formed any notable market structure. The only thing I could pick out was the proportion block, which it has already invalidated by this second black candle. So all I have to do is wait, let it clear this high. Then I can even put, bring this forward, it takes out this high, and then comes back. That is when I will buy. If not, if it doesn't do that, it might just keep dropping. So don't trade divergence blindly. It is not there to give you signal. It is only there to, show you uh, give you some clue as at how much momentum you have and how to use it. So I'll be looking at the chart now. I have some difficulties with understanding the difference between regular divergence and hidden. Regular is trend reversal. That is, if price forms I don't really like regular because most times to give you, it's usually majorly, or most times it is just false signal because the market doesn't always just reverse all the time. Trends can last weeks, months, and within that weeks or months, you can get tens of regular divergence, and you can also get tens of hidden divergences. Those hidden ones, 9 out of 10 will be right, For those regular ones, almost 10 out of 10 in an uptrend, you will get a lot of bearish regular, which will eventually turn out to be false. So I always advise that anyone who wants to do divergence, just stick with hidden divergence for retracement only. Don't catch new trends. When a new trend has ended, there will be a break of market structure, and there will be a retracement. On that retracement, it will give you a hidden divergence, and that's what you want to trade. Okay, like here now, if price comes up and comes back down, it's on coming back down to give me hidden bullish for the second time, then I'll take it. Okay, so don't trade it blindly. You have to trade it with principles and with smartness. Let me put it that way. Okay, so we have 5 minutes left before the end of this class. All right. Directional bias is really bedeviling. Tomorrow I'm going to make a content. Directional bias, you don't really need to know what directional bias is. You just need to know where the market wants to go to. It is not your duty to know or to tell what it will do. Me, I'm not bothered. If I do an analysis now, and it says it will buy from here, and then 5 minutes after, something happens and it shifts and it says it wants to sell, I will gladly close my buy and take a sell as long as it is valid. I did it right, or I'm doing it right. It is not my duty to say, because when you have directional bias, it has a way of affecting your mindset. Because a lot of people, when they look at directional bias, they believe that if it is bullish, the market can only buy, which is wrong. You can get in a bullish market, you can get a week of selling. You can get 2 days of selling. And if you're a day trader and every day you wake up, you just want to be buying, it won't work out. So directional bias is just you reading what the market, where the market wants to go for that day or for that week and trading in that direction. If it changes its mind, you change too. If it doesn't, as long as it is bullish, well, you keep buying. The moment it tells you otherwise, then you find valid reasons to also go otherwise. So any other question? So I hope, please let me know in the comments before our time goes up. Is there any question you have or anything you have to say? Did you learn anything in this class? This is the first one, and before Friday, we are going to have one more. So divergence is quite wide. It takes a lot of practice and some time to be able to master it and not be and not trade and not because other people use it, they don't really know how to use it. So look at this one now. Eventually, it might just give us a rejection and go back up and break this high. Then we already have our answer where it wants to go. All I have to do is wait, get my retracement, get my entry on 15-minute time frame. Easy. But right now, should I jump in? Of course not. Right now, it's like a falling knife. You don't want to catch it. But when it fades back up, then okay. So when do you decide whether it's a regular or hidden divergence? Regular, like I said, is for trend reversals. It's not me deciding. Trend reversals. Price from higher high, but the momentum reader says it has not formed higher high. That's regular. Hidden is when price goes for a retracement and goes to a discount. But on your stochastic or RSI or anything you're using, it has gone past the previous swing low of your range. That's hidden. Yes, it works for synthetic. I wish we had more time. I would have shown you guys. I have a lot of charts on synthetics that I've taken in the past, and they work like magic. It even works much better there because that one is just news will not come and disrupt it. Yeah, now there might be a news and the news is bad or something, and this just flies down. Okay. Okay, so that is all for now. I hope you had a nice time. Please practice. I'm begging you, practice send your chat to the Telegram channel, and I will respond much faster. So have a nice evening, everyone. Goodbye. Okay.